Okay. Uh, so let us start the work. So cryptography and network security. Then what is the importance of this cryptography? Why this cryptography? Are there any specification in the world of computer science for this cryptography? So such kind of information is being talked today because it is introductory class, so that we have to have some kind of introduction, strong foundation regarding to cryptography. Normally, if you consider, so whatever the point you would like to take into consideration here, look at this particular diagram. So this diagram indicates you so to communicate with some server or with any other people. Let me say same something like the laptop here, or something like whatever it may be. So you are trying to communicate with the people, so or with the server in some aspects. Then there might have some kind of information which is being transmitted over internet, over network. That network is called as internet. Let us consider, as and when we are trying to send some kind of data to the e-commerce website, for example, you people are doing this particular kind of operation continuously during purchasing some kind of uh, uh, things or goods from e-commerce website. You maybe have some kind of interest to send some data of your debit card details or credit card details, whatever it may be, debit card or credit card details to the server, let me say the bank server, and this is being transmitted. This particular data is being transmitted over internet, and request will be made by you to the server, and the server will be evaluate whether your account will be available within the bank server or not. If it is okay, then a response will be given to a particular e-commerce website, so that you maybe get some kind of a purchase, whatever it may be. So this is in terms of doing some operation with any e-commerce subject or e-commerce websites. Now here, you are sending some data which is very sensitive data of you. Sensitive data in the sense, so your credit card details, that we say card name, card number, and VCC number, followed by the OTP which is being generated as and when any transaction will be initiated by you. So this is a very sensitive data which is being transmitted through internet here. So meanwhile, if data will be received by the server, and whatever the operation which could be done at the server and come back from this particular server to that e-commerce website, up to this moment, there is no problem at all. There is no problem. Everything is good. But in the middle, a man will be entered into the situation. This man is called as hacker. If this hacker will be enter into this particular system, and whatever the operation you have done here, that operation will be handled by him, then that could be a biggest problem. That could be considered as a biggest problem here. So what does it means? Let me explain. So if data will be, I mean, whatever the requisition you have taken into consideration, that requisition will be so taken by him, and noted down whatever the details you have sent so far, it could be noted down, and he will be send the data to the server, and get the information from the server, and put back the information to the web commerce site by this particular hacker. So for this moment, it is okay. You will feel that yes, everything is being happened, and money has been deducted from your account, and the good or thing which is being ordered by you will be come after 2 days or 3 days or 10 days, whatever the stipulated amount of time it will become. Then by next minute, after the transaction gets over, this hacker, this particular person will be empty your account. So this is the problem. If you are not supposed to put any kind of security issue on internet, and what kind of operations which would be took place within this particular internet, then if you are not supposed to take aware of this particular thing, then things will be very, very, very worse while doing or dealing with commerce in the sense money. So this is the problem. So for doing this kind of operation, we need to have so some security, some kind of security issues will be required here. This security issue will be solved by using cryptography. So that is the importance of cryptography here. And here you may be also observe that you may be work out with personal details. Let me say, as of this moment, I have discussed regarding to one e-commerce website or communication with the server and so on and so forth. But if you are trying to communicate with your friend by sharing your personal details, let me say directly through internet, you are sharing some personal details with your friend, and this is more and more personal, and only you and your friend must be share this particular information. And if anything is being intervened by this kind of guy, then it will be somewhat problem. Then thereby you need to have to put up some security on the internet here. So such kind of issues will be resolved by I can't listen your voice in the sense I'm speaking very loudly. I am speaking very loudly, but I don't know why. I am speaking very loudly only. I don't know why. Okay. However, I'll post this. I'll post this one to you after completion of this class. There is no problem. You can go through one more time. There is no problem. Now it is okay. Is it okay? I don't know. You are not responding. Okay. So here, in this particular point of view, we need security, and this security will be resolved by cryptography. So that is the importance of cryptography in terms of our total entire what you call subject is being dealt. So how it could be dealt? So let us take one more kind of issue here. You are trying to communicate with each other, and there is one more person who is dealing with this particular person. What exactly you are trying to perform here on the internet? What kind of algorithms you are supposed to place on the security aspect of cryptography on this one here? What is the algorithm here in the sense? So he may be prepared some kind of message he wants to communicate with his friend. So this message will be, the actual message will be this one. And so what actually the cryptography can be done here in the sense, you may be send this particular information with a specific program, a security kind of program, and it will be generates scrambled mode kind of data, and this will be placed onto the internet. Okay, so I'll take over. Probably I have drawn everything on internet. So let me draw at this place, then you could understand very easily. So he wanted to communicate with his friend. So wanted to communicate with his friend by using some kind of message. So this is the message he wants to communicate. And this message, if you send directly onto the internet, and this internet doesn't have any security, obviously you could get some kind of attacking, or hacker will be attack that particular data, and he will know what you and the friend of you have been communicated. So therefore, so what exactly we're supposed to do, you just send this particular data, whatever the message you want to communicate, that message is being forwarded to a specific kind of software, which is called as cryptography. Which is called as a cryptography kind of message, cryptography kind of software. And this software will be perform some scrambling operation. Therefore, here some scrambled document will be, or message will be gets prepared, this scrambled document will be placed onto the internet, and he may be received from internet. The opponent of you, your friend, has been received the same thing here, and he's also, I mean, he may be received something like this, whatever the scrambled data you have sent just before for him. So that kind of data has been received, and he may be use the same algorithm again, and he will get the message back. Whatever the actual message you wanted to communicate with him, that message will be back. And this scrambled data which has been placed by you on the network, on the internet, this data will be received by this hacker, and he doesn't understand what exactly this will be. Okay, wanted to send some ABC or ABCD. This is the information wanted to send by you to your friend. So this will be converted by taking the cryptographic algorithms into account. You may be converted this one to some at the rate, and then B, some hash symbol, something like this. Some scrambling kind of message has been taken, and this will be placed onto the network, and he may be received the same kind of data, and it will be taken into account by the same kind of algorithm. So what is that particular algorithm must be known to you and your friend as well. So this data will be taken by this particular algorithm, and he may be get ABCD back, something like this. I'll illustrate you this one by next slide. It could be very easy to understand. This is one kind of a cryptographic issue. And the second kind of a cryptographic issue will be this one. Look at this. So in technical view, there are two actors, actor number one, Alice, actor number two, Bob. These are the two actors which are entirely available throughout the subject in cryptography and network security, otherwise information security. So here, Alice wants to communicate with Bob. So how it could be? A message has been prepared by Alice, and this message will be sent through one algorithm. So this algorithm is called as encrypted algorithm. Encryption, scrambling message will be prepared by encrypted algorithm. So some algorithm could be taken into consideration. This message will be sent through this particular encryption. Therefore, this encryption will be always required. So one more input, that input is called as key. This information must be required by Alice, and not Alice actually, by this encryption algorithm. So after, by taking these two inputs, it must be produce some output. That output is called as C. C in the sense it is a scrambled message. Technically speaking, so cipher text. This is a plain text. M is plain text, which we would like to communicate with Bob. So we aware of internet might have hacked by many people, so that we will send this information through an encryption algorithm. Encryption algorithm should also take one more extra parameter. That parameter will be called as this key here. So this particular key, and this key will be taken into consideration. Based on the key, cipher text will be gets prepared. Now cipher text will be placed onto the internet. Okay, now this cipher text will be received by Bob back, by what Alice was prepared, and the Bob will be used same kind of algorithm in reverse mode. Okay, whatever the operation she did here, this operation will be in reverse mode. He will be done. Then obviously you could get, Bob could get the message back by using the same key. So this message, this algorithm, what we have to use at this place is called as a decryption algorithm. Okay, so at the sender's side, we are supposed to use the encryption algorithm, and at the receiver side, we have to use a decryption algorithm. So what is the importance of these two is these two will be taken, right? Yes, these two will be taken one common parameter, two common parameters. Look at this, one common parameter will be taken. So that parameter will be the key. Key will be taken by, so these two here. So sharing of this particular key is very, very, very important. Sharing of this one is so very, very important. So let me give you that particular point also. Let me give you. So it's very important to share this particular key between these two fellows, these two parties. Then how you could share here in the sense it must be shared by Alice and Bob using a secure channel. Using a secure channel, it has been shared. Let me give you an example for this particular thing. Normally, you people are taking some kind of credit card or debit card, something like this. You have taken from one particular bank, and the bank will be given credit card and everything to you, but the PIN number, so personal identification number, must be sent to you through post. Nowadays, it has been given immediately, but previously, this personal identification number must be sent to you from bank to you through post only. So therefore, after getting this personal identification number, you may be interact with your ATM so that you could communicate and you will withdraw some amount from the bank and so on and so forth. That operations could be done. So through post, what is the secure channel in terms of getting this PIN here in the sense? That is general post. Okay. So Indian Post will be used to share this particular key between you and the ATM, not bank, you and the ATM. If you have any interest, you have to change the PIN also, which might be known to only the server of that particular bank, but any personnel of that particular bank. Okay. So, however, what exactly I would like to specify here, so at the sender's end, I wanted to communicate with a plain text. M in the sense it is a plain text, and this plain text will be sent to one application. That application is called as encryption algorithm, and this encryption algorithm could be taken two parameters. One is plain text, and the second one is the key. And by taking these two inputs, it has been created some scrambled text, which is called as cipher text. And this cipher text will be placed onto the internet. And conversely, the Bob, other side, he may be received the, so what you call, cipher text from Alice, and one more input which has been received by Alice, received from Alice, that is key. And using these two parameters, he may be apply the reverse process of encryption here. So that reverse process, if you apply reverse process, obviously whatever the message, that message will be get back here. So this is the process of cryptography in technical view. Previously, what I have discussed, that is just a generalized view. This is the technical view. So here, based on the usage of this key, how the key can be used. The key can be used single key or double key based on the usage of this particular key. So it has been defined two different modes. One is symmetric key cryptography, otherwise private key cryptography. Second one is public key cryptography or shared key cryptography. However, whatever it may be, these are not discussed by us at this moment. Then what exactly cryptography can be done? What are the features of these cryptographic algorithms? We do have many algorithms in symmetric private key cryptography and asymmetric, let me say, shared key or public key cryptography. We have many algorithms. Situation demands we will discuss all those algorithms. Then here, basically, what are the basic features of this particular cryptography? Let me discuss for a while. So basic computer security with respect to cryptography will be what exactly you are supposed to provide based on the security here is the integrity. First of all, it must be integrity, and information must be available at any moment of time, and information must be maintained the confidentiality. So if you send any kind of information through internet or any other medium, that medium must be maintained confidentiality, number one. Number two, if anything will be there, that must be available for at any moment of time, and the integrity must be maintained. So let me discuss each and every point separately. First of all, integrity, confidentiality. Confidentiality in the sense, so if a sender and receiver wants to communicate with each other, so that information what sender wants to communicate with the receiver, so it must be known to only these two fellows, but not all other people, whomever are there within the internet. Many people are using that particular internet, and only two people must know the information what sender wants to communicate with the receiver. And this confidentiality will be in two types. One is data confidentiality. Data confidentiality in the sense, whatever the information he wants to, I mean, sender wants to communicate, that must be private and that must be confidential to be so sent to the receiver. So that is the point of the confidentiality of data. Second one is privacy. As and when any individual wants to communicate with each other, then there must have some private channel which is used to communicate with those two fellows only. So that is called as a private channel must be created while communication will be happen between two persons. If number of people will be there, that could not be private channel, that is a public channel. So privacy in the sense, only two people must be there within the channel, and they will be communicate each other. Such kind of things will be called as the privacy. It will becomes under confidentiality. However, confidentiality in the sense, so sender and the receiver must only know what kind of data has been processed through the internet, and it should not be disclosed anywhere else. That is what about the confidentiality. And then availability in the sense, sorry, integrity. Here it is integrity. Integrity in the sense, whatever the data you have sent from sender to receiver, same kind of data must be received by the receiver. I wanted to send ABCD to the receiver, and he may be received that so only A, B, and D. C has been missed in the sense this data does not have any integrity. So message must not be lost as and when data will be, I mean, message will be transmitted through any kind of medium, whatever the medium it might be. So this is what the integrity does means this much. Okay. And this integrity might be, depends upon two different extra properties. Number one, data integrity, as and when you are trying to communicate with the other person or receiver, so that data must be accepted on authorized manner in the sense, so you must be, for example, if you consider your email, so email in the sense, my email ID, my password will be there. I wanted to communicate with you by using my email ID and my password. I have specified your email ID, then I have typed some kind of message and I will put send. Obviously it must be reached to your mailbox, and you only open that particular mailbox by taking your private key, that is your password. Unless otherwise, if you don't know the password, you are also not supposed to open that email. So such kind of authorization manner could be available while data must be received by the receiver. That is called as data integrity. Whereas in system integrity, so if you consider any kind of system, for example, if you are supposed to put your attendance daily in the morning at our college or somewhere else, you must be touch one device, that is biometric device. If you put your finger onto the biometric device, then she will record your attendance. Such kind of availability must be there as and when your data is being processed by the system. Such kind of things will be called as system integrity. System must be always accessed, and the system must be always available to manipulate your system without taking any what you call errors here. So that is called as system integrity. So if any unauthorized person will be there, that unauthorized person could not be manipulate your system because he doesn't have any specific authorization for doing some kind of work over there. Such kind of operations will be called as system integrity. Then followed by availability. At any point of time, whatever the resources which are required for that particular operation, they must be available. Let me say, for example, let me give you one small example here. While you are doing some kind of operation through any e-commerce website, so they may be generate one OTP. For example, this OTP will be available for a while up to only 3 minutes and or 2 minutes or 10 minutes, something like that. Some time limit will be given by that particular server. If OTP has been generated by the server and the server could not identify you, then such kind of situation could be called as unavailability of that particular OTP. So he promised that the server has been promising that, so she must be available up to 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, okay, because you haven't attended that particular so OTP up to 3 minutes, so that you would not be considered, this is not availability in terms. But in turn, so it has been generated just before, and within 2 seconds, I have taken that OTP and I have entered into the application which was provided by the bank or somewhere else e-commerce website. And if this could not be identified by that particular website, obviously you could consider, so it is unavailable. So things should not be taken in such a fashion. So it should not be there in such a fashion. So if things will be available for every operation, then such kind of things will be called as availability. If it is not available, your systems could not be there in proper way of doing the work here. Then followed by authenticity. Authenticity in the sense, so if any operation is being done, so during transmission of data or during transmission of doing any kind of operation, whatever it may be, so there must be having some kind of authenticity to perform. So authenticity in the sense of providing some kind of what you call authentication to the user. And followed by many other things are there. Many other things are there here. Accountability also one of the very important point you need to mention here. Out of this, so non-repudiation. Non-repudiation is very important point you need to remember, because it is one of the units which are available with you. And intrusion detection could not be there with us, because it is not our duty to identify intrusion detection. This is the data scientist information. However, let me give you some clarification of everything. Normally, repudiation. What does the repudiation means? So while doing some kind of a contract or while doing some kind of license, let me say, for example, if you are trying to install any software into your machine, immediately before going to take further steps, it may be ask you some, have you read everything which has been there with us? Some licenses will be there, have you read everything? So without reading everything, our general nature, without reading everything, we just, what you call, yes, I have read everything, and then go for next. So such kind of things are called as a non-repudiation. Non-repudiation in the sense, as per law, as per what you call, formal kind of communication or formal kind of agreements or formal kind of messages, you are not supposed to reject them. You must accept, then only you have to take next step. Such kind of operations are called as non-repudiation. Non-repudiation in the sense, so you never ever take negation on that one. You never ever take rejection on such kind of operations. Then those are called as non-repudiation operations. Deterrence in the sense controlling. You have to control the things what we have to take into consideration while doing some kind of work. Let me show you how the controlling could be gets happen by taking one small example here. So here, if I would open some what you call movie, some movies are there. Let me show you. Wait for a while. Movie rules. Movie rules. If you open this one, automatically, for example, if I open this particular thing, automatically, I don't know whether it is the correct one or not. So probably you are aware of this movie rules. As and when you are trying to open this movie rules, if you have any antivirus software with you, immediately, so it could be stop that particular access. I'm not getting that particular movie rules properly. LEZS, Jets, I think. Movie rules. Movie rules 3, I think. It is the. It may be give some message. As and when I have to click anything, it may give some message here. I don't know. Today it is not respond properly. I don't know why. Yes, there is. Wait for a while. I'll show you. it is not responding properly. I don't know. If I were to click something, obviously it may be respond for not accessing that particular website for a while here. I don't know why it is not responding for today. So in future, I'll show you why it is not responding properly. In future, I will show you as and when it will comes to our point. Let me show you. No, it is not coming. Okay. So such kind of things are called as. Such kind of things are supposed to be called as so legal deterrences. They are called as deterrences, and these deterrences will be managed by so your antivirus softwares or firewalls. Fault isolation in the sense if any device will be so seek some kind of mal operation will be done by your device, then that could be identified and make the device as isolation for that particular session. After some time, you may be so rectify the fault which is pertained to that particular device and can be done. And then here legal action. Let me show you one thing. What is legal action? So legal action in the sense before coming to this college, I have worked somewhere else in one company. Thereby, I have seen some legal action which has been took place by. Just wait. I'll show you. I'll show you immediately. So look at this. Without our permission, somebody have accessed our. So you can see. So your Amazon EC2 abuse report so and so ticket number AWS ID so and so. This is for our information. This is called as a legal action. You can see. This is called as legal action. I'll scroll down and you could identify. So here, these are the people who did many operations on so and so date. So this is the domain ID, and on this particular date, he was login without authentication using Mozilla Firefox and so on and so forth. These many operations was done so that we are going to take some legal action on this particular thing. We are going to book a case on this particular thing here. You can see. So abused category is abused, and the report type is login attack, and the service is brute force login. And so on and so forth. For many number of times, it has been failed to enter into the so-called website. So that this is the source where exactly IP address has been taken something like this by some other people. Okay, of course it has been given by me only, but he was typed his password wrongly, so that many times it was happened. So like this, any kind of legal actions will be took place. Those legal actions are supposed to be took place by, managed by the people. And then intrusion detection will be always done by our cryptographic algorithms. So this is what today's class. These are the points I'd like to mention at this moment. And tomorrow we shall continue, because one more minute is there with me to have. So if you want to discuss with me anything, you please discuss with